very happy to be here, and I think I've been to TKU for many times, more than 20 times. So I think our university has the longest history in Taiwan to have the partnership with TKU. So we have the longest history out of so many other universities in Taiwan that we partner with. And it's about maybe starting from 2008 until now, maybe it's already more than 25 years of history. So far, every year, and then there will be about 10 students commencing our 1+1 new master programs. So roughly, we already have about 100 students graduating from this universities. So it's one of the most successful partnerships in Taiwan, between Taiwanese University and Australian University. So looking forward to welcoming you one day to start with us, and then we can meet each other not in TKU but in Brisbane as well. So but before that, anybody who have been to Brisbane or hear about Brisbane? How about Australia? Anybody going on working holiday visa to Australia? Okay, so then, but anyway, I normally will include more information about Australia, Brisbane, but because we need to have more questions, at the end, so I skip that part. But to give you a brief introduction, Brisbane is the host city of Olympic Games in 2032. So this year is in Paris, right? So 4 years later in Los Angeles. So after another 4 years, in 8 years time from now, it's in Brisbane. So that will give you some impression about how fabulous this city is, and then it will become Brisbane, and you become the host city of Olympic Games in July in 2032. So whether you will be in Brisbane in 2032, or you can actually watch the whole show in Brisbane, or in TKU. So that actually will give you some idea. Why Olympic Games chose Brisbane as the host city? Because we are the Sunshine State. So everybody loves sports, and then outdoor activities is everybody's interest. So that's why we have a very strong community, not just the athletes, because athletes will fight for the Olympic Games, right? But we have a very stronger community to do all kinds of sports. So including cricket, baseball, tennis, sailing, kayaking, rowing, and cycling, running, and so we build bridges, particularly for cyclists and for pedestrians. So we don't build bridges for normally in the recent years for the cars. So we build bridges only for pedestrians. We recently opened a new bridge connecting to the south bank, because Brisbane River. We have Brisbane River, just like Love River, or maybe the Thames River, that divide the whole city into two parts. But recently we connected the south area and the north area in the city by opening a new pedestrian bridge. So in the future, actually, you can walk around the city very easily without any disruption. So you can see that our whole city is very green, and this is the northern part. But in the south, we have the South Bank area. It's kind of like a cultural precinct. I don't know whether you know it, that in 1988, Brisbane already had the World Expo. So after the World Expo, they turned the World Expo venue, the South Bank area, into a cultural precinct. So you have, opera house, similarly, like music conservatory, you have state library, you have modern arts, gallery, all in the South Bank area. So in the north area, and then they moved the whole casino from the old building into the new Queen's Wharf, area. So now actually you can go to that Queen's Wharf area very easily from the cultural district. But everybody knows that UQ is highly ranked. Is ranked in the top 100, consistently. So every year is in top 100. And recently, there is an NTU ranking 2024. I think not long ago, they had a 2024 ranking. So, and then we were ranked, 40 in terms of the research. Of course, we have Shanghai Jiaotong ranking not long ago before NTU ranking. We were ranked 63. Actually, it's number 2 in Australia, just after University of Melbourne, in terms of the ranking. So, so we call ourselves top 50 or top 100 university, which is very handy because when you go to apply for work, so the employers normally will look for top 100 university. If you're going to work in, for example, like in Hong Kong, Hong Kong government publish a top 100 university which you can seek the permanent residency in Hong Kong. So UQ is part of that list published by the Hong Kong government. So that is very important to, and of course our economics and econometrics is also ranked in top 100, business management as well, and those discipline ranking always rank our faculty of business, economics, and law into top 100. So without talking about other things, we just talk about all the departments that have the 1+1 relationship with us. We have 7 departments and 9 programs in our College of Business and Management in TKU that have the relationship with us into different programs that we have. So normally people will go into the Master of Business, but some of the students would like to go into the Master of Commerce. What is the difference between business and commerce? So the business normally will compose of those majors like international business, marketing, human resources, innovation, entrepreneurship, leadership, as well as information system. The one major that you can find in Master of Business and Master of Commerce together is the information system, because everybody would like to do information system these days. So that's why you can still find information system in Master of Commerce. But Master of Commerce is about professional recognition. Like the bodies like accounting, applied finance, and those areas. If you would like to work for the consultancy company, like the top 4 accounting firms, so they normally will ask the student to have some kind of knowledge about finance, accounting, information system. So we lump these 3 majors into this Master of Commerce, related to those areas. And if you are from the Department of Economics or Department of Industry Economics, so they can actually articulate to our Master of International Economics and Finance or UQ Master of Economics. The UQ Master of Economics have 7 majors like applied econometrics, also health economics and public policy. So if you like these majors, you can go to applied Master Economics. But if you are interested in international economics and finance, then you go to the name degree of this Master in International Economics and Finance. So what is entry requirement? First, because we are talking about 1 year study with us, so we have each program have 2 options, and 1.5 years and 2 years. But the 2 years option is for those students without any business background. For example, if you are doing translation or social science, and history, languages, and those areas, teach 4 foundational courses. Then they will actually go into the same programs as the 1.5 years program will teach. So the 1.5 years option master is only for those students who have the same background, means business background or economics background. So those students will go into our shorter duration program. Then we will look at whether TKU can have the 4 courses, in your master degree to transfer into our 1.5 years shorter program, because our 1.5 years program have 12 courses. And then by transferring 4 courses into our 12 courses program, then you only have 8 courses to do in UQ. So each semester we teach 4 courses. So and by doing 2 semesters, because every year we have only 2 semesters. We do have our summer semester, but that is not compulsory. So then after 2 semesters, 1 year study, you will graduate from our UQ master degree. So that's how it works. So that's why one year, the most important thing is that you have to meet our bachelor degree in a relevant discipline first. Otherwise, you have other options, but we will look at a little bit later. And then you have to study 4 recognized courses in each department that have the relationship with us. And then you have to pass those 4 courses. What if you haven't passed 1 or 2 courses? And you can't transfer the credit into our master degree, but you still can study our master, but you only have to lengthen the study to finish your degree. For example, if you fail 1 or 2 courses, you have to redo those 1 or 2 courses in UQ. But because you do extra courses in UQ, so you can't complete our UQ study within 1 year. So maybe it's about 1.5 years. So the GPA requirement, if you have the 70, 100 standard, if you have 60 as a pass, 100 is a full mark, then we require 70, this kind of standard, to meet with our 4.5 out of 7 scale. In UQ, 7 point is 100, okay, and 4 is a pass. So 4.5 is not so demanding, and so most of the students will beat that, 70 out of 100. So that is another GPA requirement. Of course, we have English requirement. The English requirement, either you have IELTS or TOEFL, okay? So if it's IELTS, we require 6.5 as an overall, and no subband lower than 6. And then, of course, you can come to our, university to do English courses first. If you fail so many times, the IELTS test, then you decided to improve your English in a foreign environment. So then we can actually look at your existing, the English, standard by looking at your IELTS. If you, for example, 6.0, in IELTS, and the writing is 6, and no subband is, lower than 5.5, then we can actually give you 10 weeks of English, study. But you have to pay extra for that 10 weeks or 15 weeks or 20 weeks, extra English study. Also, you have to spend time to finish your language study. Normally, it takes about, at least, 6 months, right? So, because even if it's 10 weeks, you have to spend another, 6 months before to go into our next intake. So that means, you have to, spend more time and spend more money to do those English courses. But we have another way to recognize your English to meet our English requirement. For example, if you study a bachelor degree in one of those universities that teach everything, every course in your bachelor in English, and also assess your courses So long as you can provide that document from that bachelor granting institution, our mission will assess whether it will meet our English standard. So maybe then we don't need you to prepare English. So that is one of the other ways to get our English requirement met. So the what is relevant discipline background? So for example, most of the relevant background for Master of Business and Master of Commerce will be the same. So basically, if your degree then is Bachelor of Accounting, Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Business Administration, they meet our relevant discipline background. Alright. But if your degree is not one of them, but teach most of the courses in, for example, maybe Bachelor of Arts in Business, then we will actually assess your qualification on case by case standard. Okay, so that is but the difference between Master of Business and Master of Commerce is that we recognize some of the degree in tools to mean our business background. But for Master of International Economics and Finance or Master of Economics, so we require you study a bachelor degree in business, commerce, or economics. Or your degree may be having some of the components that we recognize. For example, you have at least to study 4 courses in any 3 of the following areas. So you have to touch 3 areas, okay, those courses. So for example, microeconomics, macroeconomics, statistics, or mathematics. So I think most of students do mathematics, but some of the art degree didn't teach even mathematics. So you already missed 1 area, okay? But you have study microeconomics, macroeconomics, and statistics, so you can still maybe consider as meeting our relevant entry, our relevant background. So how can you check what courses we can actually recognize? You can go into our credit president database, which is open to everyone. It's online. So you can check you can scan this QR code, go to our website, and then type, TKU, or maybe I already typed TKU for you already. So, and then you can check this course in TKU is actually assessed equal to our, fundamental of marketing course. And then please make sure there is a validity for each assessment. There are 3-year, assessment cycles. So every 3 years we have to redo the reassessment because your course will change, our courses will change. We have to maintain the equivalency. So that's why the assessment is needed. So, make sure that you can check this review day. Review day is a validity day, basically. Okay, so that is very important for you to notice. And then, so this is the website. Review day means the day for reassessment, due to 3 years reassessment, a policy. Okay, so if you find that, okay, so for example, this one, 2024 August 20, that means this metric is already out of date. So we are actually doing some of the reassessment at the moment for every single department. So we will update you once the assessment is done. So for the Master in International Economics and Finance, this is 1.5 year standard plan. Basically, you have to find 4 courses from this list because normally we have 3 semesters. So what we'll do is to actually we have to reduce this 1.5 years into 1 year. So we have to find this course's equivalency in TKU. So because Master in International Economics and Finance have 10 compulsory courses plus 2 general electives. So most likely you will have 2 general electives to meet our general elective requirement, but you still have to find 2 more compulsory courses in your TKU degree to make up the four courses. So this is a master business. I include one example. This example actually is already completed, not finished. She actually is studying the last semester, the second semester with us in TKU. And then she is from the Department of Business Administration, of course, and then also she has a relevant discipline background in her bachelor. So what we give them the credit is that we give the credit about principles of strategic management, that is the strategic management in the Department of Business Administration. And then organizational behavior, we can find that also in Department of Business Administration. And then we have another course called Innovation and Entrepreneurship Management that we find. And then another one is Economic Trend and Strategic Management. So, but you can see that she is doing marketing, okay, and in UQ. So what we actually trying to do is that to find some courses in the compulsory or major first. In master business, we have 5 courses to become a major. So we find actually none major courses. We only find 1, 2, 3, and 4 electives. But we have also 5 elective courses in the master business. So that means, for these students, she has to do, one more elective with us, but because she doesn't have any major courses to complete in TKU, she has to do all 5 marketing courses with us. So because that one is marketing. So that is 5 marketing major courses to complete in UQ. So what are the remaining courses? In master business, we require students to have the core courses, 1 core course, management communication. And then we have another capstone course called career transition. So you have to do those 2 courses anyway. So after that, 5 major courses plus 1 core courses plus 1 capstone courses, that's 7 courses. What is the remaining course that she can actually select 1 general elective courses under this master business? So that is the 8 courses remaining in UQ to complete. So I just use one example. We include the study plan for information system because many students look for information system as one of the majors in recent years. So make sure that you have some of the courses that either in the general electives or maybe in the information system major courses. So this is another course plan for applied finance and professional accounting. But the difficulty for this master programs is that whether you are from the relevant discipline or non-relevant discipline, you have to do accounting, information system, economics and finance courses. So that means, unless you already done that in your bachelor study or maybe your master study, you can't have a perfect 1-year plan with us because, we have to find some courses to match these, 4 courses. We either can find 1 or 2, or maybe 2 or 3, or even 4 courses. So if you are coming from the bachelor background to touch accounting, information system, economics, and finance, that's the perfect, program for you to choose. Otherwise, go for the master business. So that is what I would like to suggest. So what is the tuition fee? We have about maybe 50,000 tuition fee next year. So that is what is the exchange rate? You have to time maybe 2021. So that becomes your Taiwanese dollars. So that is our Australian dollars annual fee. So is more attractive is that because TKU is our global connect partner. So we will give everybody in this program global connect scholarship. So that is 25% tuition fee waiver. Okay, so that means 1/4 of the tuition fee reduction. So 50,000 will become 40,000. So if you compare the top 100 universities in the world, you will see that this is the tuition fee is very, very attractive. So this is one of the recent development that we give the partnership, this kind of scholarship. So these two students actually are the TKU graduates already last year. So they are all doing Master of Business. So what is the application deadline? Because recent year we have a strong growth, after COVID. Many people, that was affected by, the COVID. We applied to UQ. So that's why we have increased applications. A lot more other, Australian universities have a similar situation as well. So the visa is strongly is delayed actually. So we request people apply ASAP normally. So we have 2 intake, February intake and July intake. So now is a February intake application, time. So if you would like to come in February 2025, so the deadline for we recommend the deadline is by the end of this month. So and then if you actually would like to apply for July, then the end of February next year is the deadline for application. So that is what we suggested. Of course, there is no hard deadline. So because the later you submit your application, the later you will apply for the visa, and then the visa will be delayed. So sometimes, so you can't just commence our UQ degree on time. So then you have to wait another 6 months before you can actually reapply to UQ. So how to apply? We can actually, give you the fee waiver code. So because normally we will charge students 150 Australian dollars for processing your application because we have to hire people to work for admission, to assess your application, things like that. So there is an application fee of $150, but we actually give the partner code. So, but you have to get your bachelor degree and master degree transcript certified by Professor Chen. Is it Professor? Oh no, actually the department, liaison person. So every department has the liaison person for 1+1. You just go to your department liaison person to get your master degree transcript, bachelor degree transcript, and bachelor degree award, 3 documents to be certified by your departmental liaison person. So we don't actually ask you to go outside the third party to get your transcript certified. So we trust TKU. So everything is streamlined. So application document is streamlined. So the process is streamlined. So and then you pass the passport copy and the English copy. So the English can be provided a little later. You can apply first. And then if you would like to engage with agent, you can. So we have a lot, agents in Taipei, which will be maybe you can find one, closer to your home. They will not charge your fees, okay? So and then, but they will make sure that they are the UQ recognized agents. So that's it. We leave some time for questions, but hopefully, we have another question. But if you are interested, join our TKU group. Feel free to ask. Let me know about any other question as well. So any questions? We do prepare some of the questions that most frequently asked. So, do I need to complete the specified 4 courses before applying for the dual degree program? You don't need to, but make sure that you have to pass those 4 courses to reduce your duration into 1 year. But if you don't, complete those 4 courses, you still can study those courses in UQ, but it's just that the duration will be longer. So can I apply for this dual master if I don't come from the relevant discipline background? Yes, but that will have 2 options. Normally, we can't guarantee 1 year study at UQ. So that means it becomes 1.5, because after you transfer 4 courses, the 2 years will become 1.5 years. So instead of 1 year, right? Unless you can find 8 courses, because we have the 2-year option will have actually 16 courses. The maximum credit you can give to 1 degree is half of the degree. So you can find 8 courses, that can be done, but it's very difficult for students to complete 8 courses before you come. Otherwise, because you are starting from College of Business and Management, so all the degree will be considered as same discipline or relevant discipline. So you complete your TKU degree master first, and then using that, and then you transfer 4 courses to us. So that becomes 2 + 1. So that means you have to complete master first in TKU before you come to UQ. But I think some of the departments have some kind of requirement before they can let you go to UQ. So you have to check with each department to see whether they can actually some of the departments can't transfer our credits into your second year, or maybe some of the departments have their own credit rules, so that may not become 1 + 1. Sometimes will become 1.5 + 1, or maybe 2 + 1. So depending on your departments. But after you complete those 4 courses, if you are coming from the same discipline background, if you meet our other entry, we can guarantee that you have 1 year study. So that is the partner arrangement. So are there any internship opportunities? Because people do want to do some work over there, their study. So we don't we have a whole heap of programs to increase your employability first. Because all the industry people or maybe the companies, they want to hire the best people, right? So and then you just can't assume that you are eligible for at the first time, to be for the roles of some companies. So but we have a program to increase your employability. We arrange networking events for you to get close to the companies and then the industry. We have also invited the guest speakers to speak to you, and then we have people to check your CV, and then also running a workshop how to prepare your resume in Australian context, things like that. So we have a series of programs to help you. But in the meantime, you can work part-time. You can work up to 48 hours within 2 weeks in your semester study, and unlimited hours during your semester break. For example, if you have the summer semester after the semester, we have summer vacation, we have winter vacation, and those time that you can work unlimited hours. Okay, so that is the working rights in the study visa. So, but 1 + 1 doesn't give you extra years after your study. Once you meet the graduation requirement, you have to go home. So, because according to the immigration department, you have to study 2 years in 1 degree before you can apply for post-study work visa for another 2 years. So, but our partnership is to reduce the tuition fees to help with the students, with more benefits. It's not to lengthen your study from 1 year to 2 years. So if you have this kind of requirement to work after your study, make sure that you tell us that you don't want any credits. And then even you are from the same discipline background, you go for the 2-year option. Okay, so that is one of the choice you have to make. We do come across 1 or 2 students that don't want to have credits. They really would like to do 2 years so that they can actually study work 2 years. So afterwards, so it's personal choice. But this 1+1 is to help the student to reduce their tuition fees. Okay, so is there medical insurance coverage while studying? Yes, because we, according to the student visa policy, you have to have student cover or insurance in place. So you can, when you are applying for UQ study, you can ask UQ to buy the insurance for you. So the same as you buy from individual insurance company. Okay, so that is very, very useful for you to actually a lot of accidents, the GP courses will be covered, from this kind of insurance. What are the grading standards for most courses? And I already told you, 7 is a full mark, 4 is a pass. And then, but each course will publish how they assess this course. If you click the link of each individual course, they will tell you how they do the examination for the students. And then we publish even the final exam papers on our library website. So you can check for the past maybe how many years, final exams, papers. But they don't give you the answers, but they publish the exam, papers online. So we have a huge amount of support services available. To help you with the language, we provide free language, courses. We provide study workshop. We provide some dedicated people to help with your assignments. So those things, it's all free of charge, as one of the UQ services. So you can actually, I leave this PPT behind. You can actually browse through the websites to know more about our support services. So that's about it. So, any other questions? Yeah, if you feel comfortable in speaking Mandarin, Cantonese, yeah, you can ask me as well. Yeah.
但是如果有问题，让他麦克有原则的来学好，他也可以加进。麦克真的很好，一来找正常的问题帮大家解决好。所以如果真的我们问实际上助理没办法解决的时候，回去来问机器的，机器没办法解决的，一定会帮你转给麦克问清楚这样子。
So we are doing reassessment at the moment. I will actually let Professor Chen know about the assessment outcome later on. And then, but feel free to check online or all those reassessment results. So they are available on our website. There's no secrecy about the course, matching. Every single course you can check online. Yeah. Okay, so look forward to having you in the line group, or maybe email me anyway, or through the departments. But thank you so much for your listening, and all the best with your future study. Thank you.